gang, and it's time for the video of the day. I'm your host, Craig. Welcome. Decided to go ahead and do this video today. I couldn't decide if I wanted to do it or if I didn't want to do it. I really don't have a subject per se. But one thing I did want to touch on, and I was talking to a buddy of mine about this earlier, and we were talking about hotels. Now, if you go online, okay, for example, if you go to hotels.com, you can get hotels and you can get pretty good rates at these hotels, but you get reviews, okay? And you can go on Yelp or Google and you can get reviews for any hotel you want to stay, or for that matter, any business you want. And my buddy and I were talking about it. We were talking about hotels and talking about reviews specifically for hotels. And he said that he thinks it depends on what room you get. It depends on what day you're there. He mentioned him and his wife went on a trip and they had to get a hotel room. They have a lot of money. And he said they got this hotel. They looked it up and the reviews were not very good. But there was only one other hotel that was around the area they were, and he didn't have the money to pay for that. So they went ahead and they said, you know what? We got to have a room. So they went to this hotel. And all the bad reviews on it, they said all kinds of bad things about the place and about the front desk help and the management, and this was bad. And he said, we went in there and I thought it was great. He said, the things they were saying were wrong with the place, we didn't have any of those problems. The front desk people were real nice. The room was clean. And he said, sometimes I think it's the room you get. It depends on who meets you at the front desk and what kind of mood they're in. So he said, he told me, in looking for a hotel, he told me, look at those, but take them with a grain of salt. I always review every place I go. I have Yelp, and I have the Yelp app, and I go on there all the time and review places. Now, I do this to help other people decide if they want to go to that business or they don't want to go to that business. And I don't just do it as a bitch session, where I get up there and complain about them. I've had a few that I've posted, people are outstanding, this is great. There's one review I did called Kenny's Flippin' Burgers. It's a little mom and pop restaurant in a little town down by where we live. And we went there, and the only negative thing I could say about them was the service was a little slow. But they were swamped busy. They had people in the dining room. They had takeout orders. There was a guy in the back doing the cooking and the girl up front handling everything else. So it took them a little bit to get us our food, but the food was good. And it was a nice, quaint little place, And I gave them a great review. And I've given good reviews. In my opinion, if you're going to do something like that, you got to go both sides of the coin. Okay, just because you had an issue there, yeah, this is a place to talk about the issue that you had. But if you had a good experience, you need to let people know about that too. So have you guys ever done that? I mean, you guys have Yelp or maybe you go on Google and do a review on some place. Most of the time, people will put up a review on a business or on anything. They'll put up a review just so that they can complain about it because they've had a bad experience. Okay? Most people don't do it if they've had a good experience. Okay? Now, you might say, well, Greg, I'm like you. I do both ways. That's fine. All right? And I'll review it whether it's good or bad. If it's good, then I'll say it was good. If it was bad, then guess what? It was bad. But, excuse me. I'm still fighting with this thing. But, like I say, if you do that, you got to do good and bad. And if you're using it, remember, it may have been a situation that you're not going to be in. Okay? If it's a hotel, it could have been the room they were in. It could have been something that was going on at the time. Maybe their cleaning person quit. That's why the room was a little bit dirtier than normal. Because their cleaning person quit. They tried for an hour to get somebody to come in. Nobody would come in, so management had to do it, and they had to zip through all the rooms so they'd be done. You don't know all the situation, okay? So, take those with a grain of salt. If there's good things to say the good things along with the bad. That's it. That's today's 6-minute video, right? But anyway, I'm back in my favorite town, Council Bluffs, and as I was saying before, I've had this, I don't know, sinus or what, but last week, as a matter of fact, I think when I made my last video, I could feel it right here. It was just pressure. And I finally got that, but my nose is still plugged up. And at night, when I'm asleep, even though I sleep sitting up, I put all my pillows back in the corner back here, and I sleep sitting up. Usually, I'll sleep. I'll start out like this, right? But I'll end up like this. I don't know whether my butt goes out and takes a walk in the middle of the night while I'm sleeping or what, but I end up sliding down. But I try and keep my head elevated so that my sinuses don't run into my throat. See, I was managed to, man. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, and I start coughing and hacking, and you don't want to get into it anyway. But I've been fighting it. I think I'm finally starting to get past it. I think I got 2 bottles left here of water, and I got, you'd say that's maybe half a bottle. So I got half of that one. I got 2 full ones still down here on the floor yet, and I think I drank 3 already. That's just tonight. I filled those up before I left the yard. We got a water cooler that has room temperature water, it has cold water, it has hot water. So you can get cold water or hot water, and I always fill my bottles up there. But I had 5 of them filled up tonight, and like I say, I got 2 left there and a half one left here, plus the one that I had already drank. Excuse me, the 2 that I had already drank before I went in to fill up what I had. So I'm drinking it down, trying to keep the liquids going, trying to keep the fluids going, trying to keep this thing at bay. But I will be doing another video coming up to acknowledge Mother's Day. And for those of you who watch regularly, I think on my last video I mentioned that I was going to do a pre-trip inspection. That one's coming too. I still can't figure out how I want to do it because I can't remember every single thing. There's 108 points you have to do in a pre-trip inspection. I can't remember all 108 because it's been so. I just, like I've said, I look and I know, and I'll get into that more when I do the video. Okay, but one of the things I'm also waiting on is I'm waiting on a nice day. Okay, I'm waiting on a nice day where I get back to the yard, or someplace like this. At a truck stop where I've got the trailer on and I can actually have a nice day and I can go around and do the pre-trip. Not like today where it's drab and dreary, raining out. Okay, it's still dark because it's early in the morning, and I got to have my dome light on so that y'all can see me. Because, like I started out the video with the light off, okay? Now the light's back on, so. But in any event, this is stretched out a lot longer than I thought it was gonna. Greg, you know how to babble. Would you say that's true? I know how to babble. I can babble with the best of them. I'm telling you, I can just go on and on and on. And and when people tell me to shut up, I know when to shut up. I don't keep talking when somebody tells me to shut up. When people tell me to shut up, I shut up. See? I know you all said shut up. Excuse me. All right. I'm going to get off here and wrap this up. Remember, like, comment, share my video. Get the word out that Greg the Crazy Trucker is out here on the road and he's creating havoc from now until the day he dies, probably. So until next time, this is your host of the video of the day, Greg the Crazy Trucker, getting ready to hit the sack because I'm tired. You can probably tell. See ya!